Music.
Bianca, what's your favorite music?
Uh, that's a hard question. I just
No,
listen to
it's
whatever
not.
sounds good.
It's not a hard question.
It is. I don't have like favorite music. I just listen to whatever sounds good or like fits like whatever I'm drawing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to start the. That's a great way to start the recording. Music. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome back to another proper episode of the TranScribeCast Redux. What sets us apart from the TranScribeCast originally? Well, in the original, it was kind of focused solely on vocal training, and in this new format, I want to extend it to anyone and everyone, because people can have vocal dysphoria whether they're trans or not, whether they're just getting into voice acting, or maybe, hey, I've got a little bit of a stutter, or hey, I just don't like my accent and would like to try and sound a little different. Any recommendations? And I want to help as many people as I can with that.
I can certainly help with the accent thing.
Now, YouTube, you may recognize someone that's been on this show before. And we have her lovely sister joining us as well. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Go ahead, Bianca.
She mentioned you first. Hi, I'm Bianca. I'm the older sister.
I will get. No, she's not. She is perpetrating these lies. Not a word, Bianca. Not a fucking word.
Perpetrating.
I'll get you. She's not the bigger sister. Go, continue your thing. Continue your lies.
I don't know what else to really say.
Who are you? What do you do? What's your gimmick? Jesus.
Well, I stream video games. I currently don't stream because my internet's. Am I allowed to cuss? I've probably cussed a lot already.
No, my channel is fucking marked as 18 plus because I don't like to fucking cuss.
I'm just making sure.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
My internet's real shitty right now, so I got no ability to stream. I do a lot of art. None of it will be mentioned here.
I see.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, if you couldn't tell from the little reactive, Bianca, just like Bittles, is a classically designed VTuber. We got some classic monochromatics, some rubber hose. Bianca's got that on lock, just like Bittles. And speaking of Bittles,
Hey,
Don't lose us.
I hate you. I'm Bittles. I'm 6 years older than this freak. I'm the big sister. Bittles Bombadier, the cutest little mobster you'll ever see. I stream, I do art, I do voice acting, I do vocal training. I do a lot of things for a lot of people, and I feel good about what I do.
that's kind of the main goal. That's kind of the main goal. You want to feel good about yourself.
It's a hard goal to achieve sometimes.
That's actually what we talked about in the last episode.
Oh,
That's
hell
my
yeah!
thinking. So, with this new structured version of the podcast, let me start by asking, as you have just said, do you have any experience with voice training? How much experience do you have so far, or do you have any inclination as to where you might want to start?
I'm gonna be nice and ask you, Bianca, would you like to go first?
Actually, you go first because I actually started mine off of yours.
Okay, sure. So I've been doing vocal training for the last 3 to 4 years. The usual stuff: pitch, range, resonance, accent. Fun fact, the accent's not real.
Oh my god. The boss's accent isn't real, goons.
I'm not actually from Boston, sorry.
Go and disperse. The accent ain't real.
It's time to run. As well as doing vocal training for like voice acting, because that's something I'm trying to break into.
That is such a hard thing to do. Even I still have yet to get a call back.
Yeah, I got a few gigs lined up. It's just waiting for those to actually start.
I'm still trying to like find someone to either help me get in or be like, hey, this person's got some chops. You should give them a chance. But I'm probably more leaning towards the former.
Hit me up. I got some people.
Absolutely. Like I almost got a thing on Netflix, but then they canceled the thing before the pilot even started.
Oh,
Like,
that would have been so good.
In true Netflix fashion.
Of course, and now we got another season of Big Mouth.
Don't remind me. But have you been doing your voice training with a coach, or was it all self-taught?
So I did 2 sessions with a vocal coach. The rest has all been self-taught.
Hell yeah.
Here's the thing. Vocal training is expensive.
It is.
Like, stupid expensive. Which is funny, because there's so many free tutorials online. As well, I decided I was going to scam the system. I offer my own vocal lessons, where I use everything I was taught for free.
I'm shaking your hand because that's exactly what I'm doing here.
This is a resource that could help some people's lives, and it should not be behind a paywall.
See, this is why Bittles is so fucking based.
It's ridiculous. Like, no joke. I'm up in Canada, so it's probably slightly cheaper down in the States. $300 a session.
Oh my god.
That was for like an hour or 2 session.
Hello, darling. But that's for an hour or 2, $300?
Right? Talking to an actual speech pathologist.
Jesus
It was
Christ, no.
It was not like I'm not. They recommend like, oh, have like 6 to 8 sessions. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not dropping a king's ransom on this when I can do it myself.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Good lord, right? Well, I think I sound pretty good, so I'm clearly doing a good job.
You do sound very good.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Welcome on in, Linslin.
Oh, hi, Gwenny, that's my wife.
Hi. Now, Bianca, let me ask you the same question I asked your sister. Your older sister. Your big sister.
Older. Thank you.
Do you have any experience with voice training, with or without a coach?
I have, for the last 3 years, give or take. I've been doing voice training, off and on, because I am horrible at self-regulation. And the closest thing to a coach I have is my sister.
Well, she's someone to look up to.
Not quite, she's a bit short, but yeah.
That's the bit of this stream, isn't it?
I'm sensing the dynamic between you two. I'm sensing a dynamic.
Yeah, it's great.
No, I adore her. She inspires me to do a fuck ton of shit. Voice training is just a minor bit.
Yeah. Bittles has been like, I'm happy to have made friends with you both, and Bittles has like been a big source of smiles for me and many people. She's someone to take a lot of inspiration from. And your art, Bianca, though, that's something to take a lot of inspiration from too. You are goated.
Bianca's an amazing artist.
From what streams I have been able to catch. Because I've found that you both, when you both stream, it's normally like 2 a.m. for me, and I'm like, I'm trying to sleep, but I want to support the homies.
It's 2 a.m. for me too, unfortunately.
It's much later for me.
Bittles is someone I would watch more if not for capitalism. As it is, I mostly have to lurk during work. That's such a mood.
I get that. I am sorry that I stream simultaneously late and early. I work graveyard shift at my work, so I don't have a choice in this. It sucks.
Let me ask you something. Hello, curious one. Thank you for stopping on by. It's been a bit. How have you been, Booklet? Let me ask you both something. Do you have any tips or tricks for, like, gaming the system of your voice? Like, any cheat codes or shortcuts to help people along? But most importantly, how do you care for yourself after a long day of voice training or voice acting? Because if there's one thing that we should take note of, it's self-care for the vocal cords, because if you damage those things, that's dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen so many people just blow their voices out because they go straight to where they want to be on, like, day one, and it's like, your throat's not made for that.
You can give yourself
not even Bianca's. Exactly. In terms of, like, gaming the system, remember, this is vocal exercise. So just like exercise, you work your way up. I remember when I first started, I did a half hour of vocal training a day. That was it. That was all I could manage. Now, this is just what I sound like. You just gradually increase how long you do the vocal training. Because, you know, you exercise your vocal cords.
See? See, Booklets? See? See? What I've been telling you all this time? We got a second opinion on that now.
What? Are people saying otherwise?
No, some people have, like, asked me... I've had people say to me, Index, you sound so great. Like, you must have, like, done this a lot, or, like, you must have... There must have been something for you to, like, do it like this. So, like, the only leg up I had on this was playing PlayStation 2 JRPGs without voices in them as a kid. Like, I would do funny little voices, reading them on my own because I had no one else to play with. Be like, yeah, and I kind of developed a little bit of voice acting talent at a young age, but training to get into an entirely different octave and pitch and all that took effort and exercise. And I always say this to everyone trying to start out. You don't go to the gym for your first time and try and lift 500 pounds, do you?
Bianca?
Damn you.
She would.
I would attempt.
That's how you get injured.
It is
Yes,
how you
it
get
is.
injured.
Yes, it is. But no, I'm fully on your side with this page. It's an exercise, and I know it's advice nobody likes to hear. It's gonna take you a while. This is not an instantaneous thing. Even if you get vocal surgery, that's not a catch-all. That does not fix it. You still have to do vocal practice.
Agreed. And the Bridgewater brings something up pretty damn useful. There are two kinds of muscles to exercise. Those that you can afford to wreck and allow to heal, and those you can't afford to have out of action. Seems like voice work is the latter. And this is going to be something that I harp on every single episode. Treat your vocal cords like a precious muscle, like a precious resource, a limited resource. Because if you strain your vocal cords, if you damage them, you could develop polyps, which permanently damage your vocal cords, like scars. The only way to get those fixed... Hey, good bot. Thank you, Sarybot. The only way you can get those fixed is with surgery. And if you live in the US, you know that shit's expensive.
Yeah, sometimes that stuff can be career-ending. That's like the nightmare for singers.
Bianca, I have a question for you. How have you done self-care for your voice?
If the little bit that Bittles said just a moment ago is anything, I'm not very good at it.
Bianca's very impatient.
I'm incredibly impatient, and the majority of my life I do really stupid things, and I get away mostly unscathed.
Mhm.
So I completely understand and agree with what you should be doing to take care of yourself. I really should do that more for myself, because it is not a good idea to not and just try and get, power through it. I'm a very impatient person.
I can understand that.
Don't support that.
I can understand the mindset, but I don't support it at all.
Yeah, do not encourage her.
What I will say, though, for caring for your voice, though, if you want some tips, during your voice training or voice acting, room temperature water. You want room temperature water so that your vocal cords won't expand or contract too much from warm or cold, and you just want to like soothe yourself. But after, and remember, you don't want to do it all day, unless you've already mastered it. You want to make sure you take some time, go a little nonverbal, just have some ice water or some warm tea with honey.
Oh, absolutely. Talking to some other voice actors, they all recommend something called throat coat, which is like a special tea that just really helps people who talk all day.
Oh, I need to get some of that. I know all about it, but I need to get some more.
I've been looking into it. But yeah, I guess a lot of the advice is just don't overdo it. You can super overdo it, and you're not going to get the result you want.
Agreed. Like, the worst thing... Like, the polyps is the worst possible outcome.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the more common outcomes is just, like, a sore throat the next day. And the sore throat that I've always equated the feeling to is, hey, have you ever tried to gargle a fiberglass smoothie with a little bit of cactus needle mixed in? That's what it feels like. Do you want to feel that?
Do you want to feel like there's needles in your throat? Do you want that? No? Shut up.
Then fucking take care of your throat. Take care of your voice.
Do it. Do it, bitch.
And impatience is the biggest enemy on that. And I've had an episode all about, like, hey, it's not a race, it's a marathon. And it's okay to take breaks, sit down on the bench, and just look at how far you've come so far. It's not a Sisyphusian task. You're not pushing the boulder up the hill. You could take a break on the path. Did I just get disconnected from my own chat? I just got the notification. Welcome to the chat room.
Hey, did you know this streamer's live? Yeah, it's me.
Thank you, Twitch. Thank you.
I feel like the big thing I always hear whenever I give lessons or I talk to someone, it's always reminding them that's like, this is not a quick thing. This is not something you're going to do in a week, a month, sometimes not even a year. This is a long-term thing you have to do.
And yes, there are going to be outliers.
Of course.
In my case, I call myself an outlier because, like, from the age of 13 to 17, for 4 straight years, I was like playing some of those JRPGs that didn't have voice acting. When sometimes we turn the voices off and just read through the voices and just like kind of do a little stuff back and forth, right? And that kind of like gave me a small skill boost. But that was over 4 years. And when I went to voice training, it only took me a few months.
Yeah, exactly. As well, some people are just lucky. I got a friend, never done a day of vocal training, incredibly femme voice.
See, that's kind of like that's goals. That's goals.
Right? Apparently it's a double-edged sword, because now that they, transition, it's like, oh my god, you have such a feminine voice. But apparently growing up, they got bullied all the time because, oh my god, you have such a feminine voice.
Bianca, you've been a little quiet. You have anything to give any input on? Any big takeaways from this so far?
I mean, a lot of it is stuff that I have heard, because it is important. I don't know, it's just I have had like a lot of stuff to help practice, and 'cause I am a DM. I do a bunch of D&D stuff. That's probably like the most that I get practice from. So it's I don't really know.
I mean, as someone who's been talking to you for the last, few years, I could say, like, you've changed a lot. I think, if anything, as both a friend and a player in your games, you need to push yourself a little bit harder. Differentiate the voices more. I know you can do this, Pete.
Well, go on then, Bronzewell. It's good to see you. And yeah, Bianca, I believe in you. But let me shift the topic to the main topic of the episode, the reason why we're here today.
Uh-huh.
When do you think the best time to start voice training is? And the same question kind of goes for transitioning in general. Because there's people that are like, oh, it's too late for me. Or people that's like, oh, I want to, but I wanna wait a little bit. Or I feel like I'm too old to get started.
Yeah, the age one's bullshit. I transitioned when I was 28. I know so many people, like, if you don't transition before your 20s, you might as well give up. It's like, you shut up.
I know someone that transitioned in their 70s.
Right? There's no limit on this.
What about you, Bianca?
Yeah.
What do you think is the best time?
I like the moment you feel like you are you.
Exactly. That is the answer to the trick question.
I will say an addendum, just because this unfortunately does apply to both Bianca and myself, is also to transition when you can safely do so.
Yeah, that too.
There's a reason I didn't transition until I was 28.
And honestly, I think it takes a lot more bravery to hold off on it, like do it later. Like for the person I know that transitioned in their 70s, she said she held off on her happiness for the longest time, and now she's truly happy with who she is.
Absolutely. I was the same way. I knew I was trans at 14. Couldn't do shit about it for 14 years. Double my life.
I'm shaking your hand on that because I thought about it, and my parents took me to a therapist who may have had an agenda and kind of steered me towards, this might be something you might not want to do right now. And it wasn't until I turned 25 later and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck that guy. I want to be me.
Exactly. Sometimes the resources aren't there. I grew up in a little hick town. The doctor didn't know how to handle transgender people. I couldn't transition.
I kind of wish people could be a little more accepting of this kind of stuff. Like to get a little controversial here.
Oh no.
Let people be fucking happy with who they are. So long as that form of happiness isn't at the pain of others.
Oh, Paige, happiness? Oh.
I know. I gotta get the twit longer ready.
Yeah, you're gonna get canceled.
I'm sorry, I said people should be happy.
Paige is over party. But yeah, like someone mentioned, when's the best time to plant a tree? Today. If you can do it today, start today.
Yeah, if you could safely plant that tree today, do it today. If there's a fire outside, don't plant the tree today.
Happy summer.
uh,
I assume you're surrounded by forest fires too.
I am not, but I am just happy that the cicadas have finally shut the fuck up.
Oh, you got another 17 years then.
yeah.
But to touch back on like the main topic of when is the best time to start? When is the best time to start voice training? When is the best time to like start training your voice?
When it comes to like voice training, again, it's when you're comfortable. I lucked out because I have a night shift. I don't have anyone else around me, so I didn't have to worry about feeling embarrassed about vocal training, which you shouldn't feel embarrassed. It's normal. But it's easier to do when there's no one around. It's when you're comfortable, because I know it can feel embarrassing at first. Because like, oh my god, I'm making my voice so much higher. This feels weird. It's like, it's gonna feel weird. But you need to do it.
Especially
Exactly.
because this is something you're training your body to basically, like some physiological change.
Mm.
Like, have you ever tried singing in a different voice if you've not been doing voice training for a while? Your voice tries to naturally shift back to what your quote-unquote natural talking voice is.
Mm. Yeah, no, it takes effort. You know, and again, it's when you're comfortable. You want to tell us about your experiences, mate?
Yeah, please feel free to speak
Can
up.
I get to the specifics one more time?
So the main question here is, when is the best time to start your voice training journey? And what sort of things would you say to someone who's saying to you, oh no, I'm too old to get started, it's too late for me?
So I've already given the point on like the age thing. There's never too old. That's something people will say just because they're just too scared, and that's completely fine to be scared.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's horrifying. It's terrifying. It's a big change, but it's a big change. It's in theory, it's gonna make you really happy. So you have to like decide if that's going to be your decision or not. But in regards to vocal training, you said it at the beginning of the stream. You don't have to be trans to want to do vocal training. It can help anyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's scary to do it in front of people. It's embarrassing for you to do it and like someone else can hear you. They'll just find a time or place when it works for you. I do majority of mine in the sweet spot of right after everyone in my house goes to bed and right before sis gets home from work. No one's awake, no one's around. Because you're gonna sound goofy. You're gonna sound stupid. But you have to in order to get in. Yeah, you have to in order to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
And
Life is too fucking ridiculous and short for you to be sitting here and worrying too much about looking stupid.
I have been the same way about my art and writing, and you know what? Thank you for that. Life is too short to get hung up on your own. Like, oh, it's too late for me.
Wait. It's never too late.
We got an ad break going on right now, and I had no more snoozes. No. I'm sorry to
You
everyone
use
in
them
the chat.
very liberally, huh?
I'm sorry to everyone in the chat that got the ad break.
Oh, they're fine. They're getting some fine quality products like this one. And this one. Oh, that one looks nice.
entire time.
Here, shut up. Let me dream.
But yeah, do you have any, what? Oh, sorry, I was about to sneeze. But,
I let it out.
no, it's one of the ones that came up and then just went away.
I hate that was the phantom sneeze.
And then it's gonna come back like 2 hours later at the most inopportune moment.
Right? You're gonna be brushing your teeth, you're gonna spit all over the mirror because you sneeze.
Ugh. No, thank you.
It's gonna get you.
So I have another question, a big question. This is kind of like a big one.
Okay.
What advice would you both give to people who are still struggling on their journey? People who are either struggling during their journey or struggling to start their journey.
I guess a big one.
Bearing in
Okay.
mind, this is for people that want to help their stutter, people that want to like work with their accent, people that want to transition.
A big one, because I hear it so often, is you need to believe you can do it. I have had so many people, so many students who are like, I don't think I can do it. You know, why bother? Because it would make you happy. That's the reason. People have this bad mentality that's like, I am who I am and I can't change that. People like us are living proof that you can change that. You don't have to stay who you are if you don't like who you are.
Bianca, do you have anything to say on that?
I thought my fucking connection dropped for a second. Yeah, Bittles, I hate hearing people say that they just can't do it. With no actual like reason behind it other than this, they can't do it. That's not true. Anyone can do it. Everyone can do it. It just takes a little time and effort.
Mm-hmm.
And
Go ahead.
like the thing is, hop on the boat. We're all fucking here. There is not, and never will be a single one of us who just is at the pinnacle and has everything situated. They're complete. They have it all done. They have it all taken care of. Their voice training is like peak. Their fucking transition is going absolutely perfectly. That doesn't exist. That is a pipe dream. Everyone is struggling. We can all just struggle together.
I mean, fuck! I had a dysphoria spike today. I legit had a dysphoria spike today where I'm like, do I sound femme enough? I hope I sound femme enough to people.
Yes. Yes, you do. You're one of the most femme-sounding people I know.
See, even someone like me, who people are like, hey, I look up to you. Your voice goes. I'm like, yeah, but do I sound femme enough?
Like that doesn't go away. It never does. All you can do is make it a little less significant.
Exactly.
Make the voice a little quieter each and every day.
And I'm doing that for art now too, and writing. Like I broke those blocks. Fuck those blocks. Fuck me for being my own worst obstacle.
Exactly. If you sit there and say I can't, yeah, you can't.
Also,
you
a
need
big
to try.
thing. A really, really big thing. What sounds feminine, what sounds masculine is constantly changing now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There is no exclusivity of what exactly sounds feminine. What you're really thinking is, what do I want to sound like?
Mm-hmm.
That's another big thing I always talk about. Like for people that are trying to get started on their journey, especially for transitioning, it's like, oh, I want to have a male voice. I want to have a female voice. But I just look at them like, What do you mean? Well, I want to sound like a male. I want to sound like a female. Okay, but what do you
Give
mean?
an example.
There's 4 billion women and 4 billion men on this planet.
Right?
No two people sound exactly the same. I mean, yeah, you
Like-
got some sounded like, say, Kermit the Frog, John C. Reilly, Ray Romano, but they still sound different.
Yeah, there's a different cadence to the way they speak. There's a bunch of things. Like, full on, if someone says I want to sound masculine or feminine, ask them. It's like, example. Because the real question is, what they're really saying is, like, I want to sound like blank. You know, I want to sound like Ray Romano. I don't think any trans person has ever said that. But
I want to sound like the Joker.
No, you don't. No.
It's
Stop
like,
it.
you can want to sound however you want, but you're not going to get there by just saying I want to sound like that and then do nothing.
Exactly. I grew up watching Harley Quinn, the animated series, none of the other ones. And it's like, man, I want to sound like her. So I did.
You know what? That's perfectly valid. Like, for me, when I started, my goal was to sound like Tristana from League of Legends.
Good
And
one.
I've kind of, like, shifted away from that, and I'm comfortable with where I'm at now. Like, you can have a goal in mind and then start shifting into something that's more you. But, like,
Exactly.
the biggest thing for people that are starting off for transitional voice training, don't pigeonhole yourself into, I want male voice, I want female voice, because there's so many different people out there that sound different.
Mhm.
Like, there are authoritative mask presenting voices that are kind of that comfort women. There are more like gentle femme presenting voices that are more mask.
As well, like, it all comes down to mechanics, because I know there are a lot of... I know a lot of women who have very deep, bassy voices, but the resonance is still where it needs to be, so it's still
Exactly.
what you think of a feminine voice. So you can still have a low-pitched voice, a bassy voice, and come across how you want it. Likewise, you can have a high-pitched, masculine voice and still be perceived as masculine. Like, you need to decide where you want to go, and like I mentioned, maybe have a goal. Have someone you'd like to sound like. And like Paige said, you can deviate from that goal. But have something to work towards.
Like, for me, my new goal is Kaylee McKee, the voice actor, who is known for voicing Testament in Guilty Gear, and I forget who she voices in Beastars. It's not Legoshi.
Is the other wolf?
No, let me see who she voices. Okay, let me.
Sound like the Joker? Caesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill, someone else? I like that you didn't put Heath Ledger. Or Joaquin Phoenix.
She voices the alpaca-looking guy.
Oh, the one that, like, the whole plot centered around. Okay.
Yeah. And like you hear her natural speaking voice and you hear her voice acting voice and it's like, oh my god, that is goals.
Well, people are always like, oh my god, I want this. It's like, the best example that I think most people are gonna know, the voice actor for Meowth, I think it's the same person through all this. They're trans.
Oh.
They do masculine and feminine roles, but most people are gonna know them as Meowth from Pokemon.
I never knew that.
Yeah. You know, people can have a range. A friend of mine, Creme Brulee, Brienne, they get big work. They're a trans voice actor. They were in Borderlands 3.
God damn.
Like, you can do... That's the best part about vocal training, especially when you are trans, because, like, I can do masculine and feminine roles.
I gotta step up my game and start doing more applications of voice acting, because that is a dream of mine. I want to get into voice acting, but god damn, is it so hard.
But at least you're trying.
Yeah. I have not gotten a single call back. And that sucks.
you just keep trying. As well, it's unfortunate. We're kind of deviating a bit, but like voice acting, like any business, it's not about what you can do. It's about who you know.
Yeah. I'll hit you up for some advice on that later. Or if you can introduce me to someone, if you don't mind.
No, of course. And there was a joke from much of my childhood. I get that though.
I have a big question for you both. Here's a big question. Do you have any big experiences you've had during your voice training journey that you might want to talk about? Like any positive experiences or like any like anecdotal experiences that could serve as a lesson for people? Like, for example, for me, when I started my voice training journey, I had times where I thought I was never going to sound like this, and I pushed myself beyond the limit and set myself back a few months because I damaged myself. I damaged my vocal cords quite considerably, and I needed to, like, get help with that. And it's kind of like why I'm such a big proponent of be knowledgeable of your limits and be knowledgeable of when to take care of yourself.
I've been talking a lot. Bianca, do you want to talk about your thing first?
Please.
I don't know if I have like any big moment in my voice training.
I can think of one. For you.
What?
Okay. We were having a voice call once, and just in the middle of it, my wife, the wonderful Lin, said that sometimes she forgets that Bianca is trans because of her voice.
Aww.
And I might have just started making Bianca cry.
No.
No, you're good? Wonderful. Good job, princess.
See, that kind of stuff is sweet. That stuff is so sweet. Like Bittles, when I first met you, I never would have, like, I never would have said, I never would ask, "Hey, are you trans?" But like, yeah, you both sound wonderful to me.
No, I appreciate that. It's something I sometimes have to bring up because a lot of people do. Because I don't remember if I even used the transgender tag on Twitch. Some people full on ask like, "Hey, are you trans?" And I was like, I don't view it as a bad question because I understand it. I have a somewhat androgynous voice. So like, I guess to answer your question about like significant thing, this didn't even happen during vocal training. But like for years, people have always called me ma'am on the phone, even when I wasn't transitioning.
Aw. That's a mood.
I mean, I didn't like being called ma'am. I wasn't old, but it was nice.
I actually had someone in my chat the other day. Well, this is kind of like both good and bad. I had someone in my chat come in and be like, "You have a wonderful voice. You sound like a wonderful woman. I like your voice." I'm like, "Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And don't be alarmed by any of the weird voices you hear coming out of my mouth after this." And then they just started asking me, "Is there someone else in the room?" I'm like, "Nope, it's all me." And they just start saying, "Oh, you are catfishing then." I got one of those. I got one of those.
You pretty woman, you tricked me.
Like, look, if you're coming into a Twitch chat to jork it to someone's voice, there's a lot more content out there than mine.
Oh my god, you love my voice? Thanks, buddy.
Exactly, Kuroga. I mean that
Worried
that
about
was,
my how they're acted? Yeah.
That someone had to be, sadly had to be removed from the chat because they just kind of got soapboxy about it. Like, you are being detrimental. You are trying to trick people. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to trick people at all. I'm not trying to trick people into giving me money or anything like that. I just like doing silly voices.
Yeah. The weird thing is, like, especially like streamers like us, we'll sometimes do a voice, and we do it often enough that I've had some people think that like the Beetlejuice voice that I can do is my actual voice, and this is something I put on. It's like, okay, that's a stretch, but okay.
I just openly tell people I don't know what my normal voice sounds like anymore because I just switch them up too much.
Right? I have forgotten. Who am I? Chat, who am I?
But yeah, I try to look at the silver lining in like bad situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, this person was being a little rude and bigoted, but like the fact that they thought I was so talented to sound like a woman that I was trying to catfish shows how far I've come with my femme voice.
Exactly, and plus I love when people act like, oh, that was, normal people can't do that. It's like, I know plenty of cis male voice actors who have the most feminine voice they can put on. Like, it's all about training.
Yeah, the reason why these people react this way is probably because they don't experience it too often.
Right? Here's the thing that's gonna blow some people's minds. And I know this is probably very common knowledge at this point. Most little boys voiced in cartoons, voiced by grown women.
Yeah.
Timmy Turner's a girl. Ash Ketchum's a girl.
Luffy in One Piece, Japanese VA, woman.
Bobby Hill, girl.
Also the same voice actor for Pajama Sam.
And Spinelli from Recess.
Oh, right.
But like, I love when people like talk about shit like that. It's like, oh, this doesn't happen. It happens constantly. What are you talking about?
It's been happening for years. Generations even.
It's better than when we get adult men to play little boys because the voice sounds weird.
Yeah.
Dipper Pines.
Bianca, do you have any other experiences you'd like to talk about? Like, I'm sorry if like we're talking too much. I would love to hear more from you.
That is entirely not on you. I promise. I'm just.
He's very shy.
I speak when I have something to say. So, a lot of times I'm just stuck thinking about what I have to say. I don't think I do.
Are you sure? You were sitting there thinking for a while.
I can't. I don't have a lot of like stuff that's like with my voice is the thing.
Oh, I mean, Paige, you okay if she just talks about whatever she's got on her mind?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, babe.
There's a lot of things that you could do within comfort, of course. That's like goofy that you can do. That at a time there was 2 friend group servers, and both of them just called me mom.
Some still do.
Some still do. And it's like that's very like gender affirming to me.
I mean, you got that mom energy now. Congratulations.
Aw, how does that make you feel, princess?
So then she does this, where she fucking calls me princess. And it's like...
I mean, you got the crown in your hair, so of course.
Huh?
Just,
Slay Queen Bee.
Shut up. you shush. There's a lot of things you could do, especially like for like that trans friend, that will make them feel better. Even if it's just like a goofy little thing you do every now and then, it'll make them feel a lot more affirmed. Obviously within comfort, and it's goofy. there's a lot of stuff you can do, because if you're in a better mindset, you will do like your practice.
Mhm.
If you're in a bad headspace, you're not going to do your practice. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're not going to do your practice. You're not going to do your workouts. You're not going to like take care of yourself.
And sometimes the support of a friend, like affirming you, can help you get back on the horse.
Mhm. It doesn't even have to be big stuff. I just, as a quick thing, Bianca and I aren't too much into it, but I know a lot of trans girls who respond really well to being called good girl.
True that. I know plenty as well.
Like, you just, as long as it's kept comfortable, it's not, you don't make it like weird for everyone. Just enjoy it, have fun with it. Like Bill said, we don't do the good girl thing. We don't respond to it very well. It's not for us. But it's good for a lot of other people.
Exactly.
You will be sleeping.
I did kind of wake up like an hour and a half ago.
Are you really laughing at the banana? Carrot?
No, I'm just like, I did wake up like an hour and a half ago. Like, I'm a little eepy bitch today.
Oh, I'm sorry we can't keep you entertained and awake.
No, don't you start.
You can't stop me.
That's sad. The two fucking clowns can't keep someone entertained. That's a bummer.
Yeah. Man, we failed. Thanks, Paige.
No!
Thanks.
No, this is, no, this is actually gonna give me a complex.
This is what we do, we're the bees.
The B stands for bitch.
I thought it stood for boss.
That too.
So,
What was your original question anymore?
hi, Fia. Thank you for the hydrate.
Hi, Fia.
The question right now was, do you have any like big experiences during your journey, or voice or otherwise, that you'd like to talk about?
Oh, I got a big one because we haven't really delved onto accent too much.
Please.
Like I mentioned before, this is not my normal accent. This is not how I originally was speaking. I developed a character for a parody account thing that spoke with a thick Boston accent, and I typed in a thick Boston accent, which, as you can imagine, is gibberish. But I had to read everything out to make sure it was actually like legible. And I did this for like a year, which ended up with me developing this accent.
Well, I honestly, like, when I first met you, I thought that was how you actually, like, your natural accent. I learned
Right.
something today.
Here's the thing, I do speak like this. This is just my accent now. But like, before I usually had to turn it off because, it's a bit weird whenever I talk like this and I don't have the accent. It tends to throw people off a lot. But then I turn this back on and people love it better.
Did I give you a shout out already? Let me just... I know I gave one to Bianca.
It's like, speaking of the accent still, Bianca and I actually both did accent training.
That's another big topic I would love to have an episode on in the Redux version, because, like, there's more to accent than just, I want to have this accent. You gotta understand dialect, you gotta understand regions and all that.
Absolutely. And even sometimes you can't just kind of make something up. Like, nobody knows for sure if I have a Boston or New Yorker accent, and I'm completely fine with that.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Like, hey, I want a New Yorker accent. Okay, Bronx, Long Island, Boston, like which part of New York?
Boston's in Massachusetts.
Oh, right. Okay, listen.
I'm Canadian. I know more about geography than you do.
That's because our geography's fucking boring. Anyway.
Hey, Bianca, can I give a fact about you?
Sure.
So
It might give me stuff to talk about.
Oh, it will. Mostly you yelling at me. So if anyone who doesn't know, Bianca grew up in not South America, but Southern America. She has a Southern accent.
Oh, you bitch.
She has worked very hard to get rid of it. But it comes out when she's mad.
I never would have guessed.
Right? She's done a great job hiding it. Likewise, I had a Canadian accent that I worked hard to get rid of because I thought it made me sound stupid.
And for me, I did, like, growing up, I did have a thick Chicagoan accent. And, like, I still shorten a lot of my words Chicago style, but, I tend to not have the, I tend to not have the Chicago/Wisconsin style accent where we're talking about the Bears.
Oh, hitting them with that Minnesota niceness?
Yeah, because Chicago's, like, Minnesota adjacent in terms of accent at times.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've drifted away from.
A lot of people do. I've got a lot of friends in Texas who have to fight their Texan accent.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Like, they start doing it, it's just always the same, like, howdy, howdy, howdy.
Fuck, accents.
Uh-huh.
On the part of me getting rid of my southern accent, Pauline Phoenix it really fucked me up.
Character for a show called Dead End Paranormal Park.
Oh.
Put them on screen. Alright, take them off screen.
Wait.
Now put her back on. Now
Make her
stand
dance.
90 degrees. Flipper.
Oh, her.
Invert colors.
Enhance.
Toss them. Bring him back.
Blur.
Rewind all of this.
Delete episode.
Wait, what? No!
Now don't do anything in this bit.
ChatGPT freaking the fuck out right now.
But
How does she speak, Bianca?
she's rather southern.
Going back to your roots.
Her literally the entire character fucked me up.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I pause like that, that's because my connection goes down to red, and I'm concerned it's going to cut me off.
Yeah, she's going off bad Wi-Fi right now.
We love Comcast in this household.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
I got
bad, it's
nothing.
worse.
I have nothing.
Oh.
I'm working like off of a box that's I'll get into that later. Anyway, Pauline's entire existence was gender for me.
Yeah.
Which I also love her because she's voiced by a drag queen, right?
Yes, I don't know their name, but yeah, it's a prominent drag queen.
So love them even more.
God, the amount of effort that goes into drag is so amazing.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
crazy. We won't go into it, but B and I are big fans of Trixie and Katja. Put them on screen.
Now make them dance.
Or sorry.
Now bring Pauline back. That sucks. This bit doesn't exist anymore. But no, she did a lot for my affirming stuff.
It's always good to have characters like that, you know. Like
Exactly.
A character that makes
Talked
you
about
feel
inspiration.
Send new legs and hands. What?
Post dozens of feet on screen right now. Take them off.
If I had the speed to do that, I should probably set up my stream deck to do stuff like that. I gotta learn how to make this thing work a little better.
Mix It Up is great for doing that kind of stuff.
Also, hi, Unlucky. Now that we've hit the hour mark, how much? I know you have to head to work soon.
I got 2 hours.
2 hours? Okay. You wanna let's open up the floor to anyone that might have questions.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anyone can ask a question. My guests can ask questions. Anyone in the chat can ask questions of me or my guests. Please feel free to speak up. Let yourself be heard.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Are the papers glued to your arms, or is that just how they grow?
So, for these, it's actually supposed to be, like, part of me that's not fully changed into, like, human form. But, I've also, like, called them sleeves, and it's just, like, they're glued to the sleeves. Yeah, Bob, that's paper. It's all paper.
It's a book theme going on here. If you couldn't tell.
Yeah, index page, the Living Book VTuber.
What's the ears?
They're not even asking me the questions you wanted.
Okay, so okay.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
So I almost brought up like trans puppy girl a few times when we were talking. And I didn't want to be offensive.
Oh, there's so many of them.
You're not, I don't think you're muted.
Why was my Elgato muted?
What?
How long has Paige been muted?
Okay, Twin, how long have I been muted?
Has this been the last hour? Please be honest.
Please.
Whole stream. No. Gwen, you're bullshitting.
Please don't. Oh my god.
I've had the stream open this whole time, but I have it muted so I don't get double feedback.
Why did no, like a minute tops? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh my god. I was about to strangle you, Gwen, because you've been here so long and you didn't say anything.
I don't know how that happened. Oh my god. You got me scared.
Okay, we're gonna dial it back for a second.
You freaks would have been just listening to me and B talk about nothing while this wonderful
Jesus
puppy
Christ.
girl is wiggling around for an hour.
God.
Okay. So,
There was a question.
hi Minzy.
I think there's like 2 questions. What is gender? Have y'all ever used your voice for evil?
Okay, so gender is whatever makes you feel affirmed.
Sometimes it's masculine, sometimes it's feminine, sometimes it's neither, sometimes it's both.
But
I'm skipping your question, Gwen.
for the other question, I have used my voice for evil. I have.
Yeah.
Like, I've had telemarketers call asking for, like, I usually pick up the phone and answer in my femme voice. Especially if, like, especially if it's, like, a bot trying to, like, sample my voice and all that. You know, like one of those bots that's trying to get you to say yes.
Yeah. I hate those.
And they're like, yes, hello, we're looking for dead name or to speak to. And I'm like, oh, yes, please hold on a moment. And I'll just, like, shuffle the phone through my hand, School of Rock style.
I do the same thing.
And hand myself the phone.
It's great.
And then,
it sucks, but you do get different treatment.
yeah, it does. And then you also, like, when you use a completely off-the-wall voice in response, and you're just like,
Yes, hello, you were looking for me?
You wanted to talk to me about my internet?
let's talk about my car's extended warranty. Because, I've never owned a car.
I chase them. No, it's stupid. I get one costing. It's like, hi, we want to clean your ducts. It's like, I don't own a house. I live in a shopping cart.
Oh, someone redeemed something special that I have to do really quick.
Is it Ara?
It is a Bara Bara. I believe you
Is
know
it
what a
we do-
Bara Bara is, Bittles.
I do not.
Is it whenever you do ara, but you bark it?
No, so an Ara, you've heard many people say Ara. A Bara Bara is a lot like an Ara, but it's a little plus one. It's a little extra. You start off by putting your hands in front of yourself, right? Crack your knuckles like you're getting a good stretch in. Bring your hands up overhead. Take a deep breath as you bring them around and clench your fist and open palm as if you're about to flex straight out of your shirt and...
Bada bada, Bobson! Bada bada!
That is just a stupid joke routine, and I love fucking doing it.
Oh, it's great. I find the Ara is funny because I can't say it that well. As you can tell by me saying Ara.
I've had people ask me to do like a pirate Ara, and I'm just like,
You're asking for a lot of trouble there. You're asking for a lot of trouble.
Ara.
have you ever wondered if you never started streaming, where would you be? What would you do? I would probably still be trying to get a job as an accountant, and just probably coasting through life and not really enjoying it. I'm happy I got into this. I'm legit happy I got into this. I'm unlucky. I never would have met any of y'all if I didn't take the plunge into this, and I'm happy for all the friends I've made and the people I've met. And this community I've grown. I've been streaming for 2 years now, and the channel's grown so much, I never would have thought we would make it to 2,000, let alone 1,000. And I just want to keep growing, I just want to keep growing, make people smile. Because my main goal is just, hey, I want to make people smile and be like, hey, I was inspired by you to get into art. I was inspired by you to get into voice acting. I was inspired by you to, etc., etc.
That's a good way to do it. If I ever never gotten into streaming, I don't think I'd be anywhere. This stuff's changed my life.
Agreed.
I was in a real bad place before I started streaming.
So much same.
I won't go into it, because that's a bit too depressing than what I want to bring to this show right now. But yeah. I don't know what I would have been. Certainly not a place I wanted to be.
I have a question for you both.
Okay.
Do you prefer to do... when you're doing voice training, what are your warm-ups? Do you do red leather, yellow leather kind of stuff, or you do scales?
I always start with scales.
I just go into it.
She does not warm up.
Some people like getting straight into it and just kind of warming up as they go, and some people prefer to you want to do some warm-ups and get the body going before you get into it.
I always start with scales. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got their process. I always do scales because most of my vocal training now is practicing singing in voices.
Understandable.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't have patience.
No, you don't.
For me, I'm someone that tries to do scales because that's kind of my main training thing. That's how I was able to get into this. just doing almost nothing but scales and like alliteration. And I'm always someone that says you want to try and make your scales sound smooth, like you're going up a hill, as opposed to going up a staircase. Like, you want to be able to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stuff like that, as opposed to 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh, exactly. You need a flow to it.
Because if you're stair stepping it, you're gonna sound more like it's almost like you're purposely making the change. You want the change to sound natural.
Yeah, it's do, re, mi, fa. It's like you don't want to do that. Tune logic makes no logic. Welcome to the world.
Welcome to Toon Force. The most overpowered superpower in all of comic history.
VTubing too. Nobody ever wants to fight us.
I mean,
Bunch of
who would want to
cowards.
fight a Toon Force powered character?
Exactly.
I like fighting, so suck it up and fight me.
No, because probably only Lobo would be a contest for you, as I've learned. Like, there was a fight between the Mask and Lobo in a comic, and they fought each other to a standstill until Lobo won. And the Mask has Toon Force!
Your chat now wants to fight us.
Bring it.
You guys know both Bianca and I are boxers, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But here's the thing too, we talk about like how people can change. Both Bianca and I were bullies in school. We were brawlers. We're not anymore. We didn't like being bullies. But we have experience.
Bullying was an excuse to be able to fight. If people would just fight me, I wouldn't have been a bully. That's such a fuck logic.
Okay, these questions are getting a little far from the topic at hand. That's kind of dark.
But they've got questions. Bianca, you ever kneecap somebody?
I haven't done it.
Legally, we are not allowed to say so.
I should be scared.
She asks that because I did threaten someone with
Let this be a lesson to y'all. Let this be a lesson to y'all. Even the the whole phrase of even the most cringe people can become based. Like we've got two former bullies here that are two of the sweetest ladies I know. Until you piss
smart
them
to
off.
get on our good side. Yeah. Bet and go for the knees. That's all I can go for because I'm short. Isn't that right, Bianca?
Yeah, little sus.
It was at this moment we would get one of those cartoon dust clouds of just like the brawl going across the screen.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make today hell for you. I hope you know that.
It is literally my day. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do.
It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday? Well, happy
Yeah.
birthday!
Thank you.
Man, so many cool people I know are having a birthday today.
Bianca, why do you indulge this? Why do you let me lie to people?
Wait, what? Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Listen, I'm a gullible motherfucker.
You're one of my favorite kind of people.
How dare you?
I love gullible people, right, Gwen?
Listen, I'm an actress. It's my job to do this.
How dare you?
I do that to Gwen daily. I'm sorry we're getting off topic, but my favorite thing is making jokes on Twitter that people misunderstand. A couple of years ago, I made a big tweet saying she said yes. And so many people are like, oh, that's great, congratulations. And then I just did a reply to it saying, man, you're all excited. My wife said I can have macaroni and cheese.
Hours later.
know what?
She replied to it hours later.
Get off topic for this kind of stuff because this is silly.
You got two clowns here. What do you expect? You
Bittles,
expect
how to get
serious
canceled on Twitter
conversation?
tutorial? Oh, just at Elon Musk and say, your daughter's better than you.
Hey, sis boy, your daughter's better than you. How to get canceled on
Apparently
Twitter?
Elon Musk's disowned daughter is getting big on TikTok, and like Twitter's going like all the twit bros are going crazy like, oh, that's his son, that's his son. And I'm just sitting here like, man, you guys are the prime example of why this place is a fucking shit pool now.
Yeah. As well, just, getting rid of features. That's great.
Oh yeah, hey, let's remove the ability to ratio. Cool.
Oh yeah, he loves that. Let's get rid of likes so he can continue to like all the porn. How to get canceled on... I know how to get canceled on TikTok. Call somebody a goober.
Oh my god, I can't believe you said that word.
Sorry.
It's all joke
Bart.
for now.
It's not even a joke. I got fucking... My TikTok got deleted because I called someone a goober.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so stupid.
Apparently, it's a bad word. Don't say slurs on stream, hon. Thanks, Lenny.
Like, jeez, that's so weird. Considering someone like Moist Critical will call someone a goober 5 times in a video. Granted, I don't know if he's on TikTok.
Right? SpongeBob says goober. That's why I assume it's just a word that means someone is stupid. It's not even a bad insult.
Or a
That's
peanut.
the reason why, though. You can't call people stupid on TikTok.
Or it could mean she's calling them a peanut.
Yeah.
Because goobers are peanuts.
If
That's-
someone
that's
goes
why
peanut
Goofy Goober
shaped,
has a
it
peanut.
happens. Exactly.
Well, not on TikTok.
Yeah,
That's a
apparently.
no-go.
It's okay.
We've
The app is
completely
going to get
derailed
banned in the
this.
US, apparently.
Oh yeah, because of the Chinese spies or whatever.
It's just so stupid. So fucking stupid.
Meanwhile, the government is also watching your internet usage. But that's okay,
Meanwhile-
because they're the government.
You know what? I'm not going to open up that can of worms, actually. Never mind. This is about voice work.
Yeah,
Yes,
does anybody have any
sorry.
questions about voice training?
More than happy to answer. I think we've got nearly a decade of experience between all of us.
I always say that hobbyist-wise, I've got like 15 years of voice acting experience.
We've got nearly
that's-
20 years between all of us.
That's why I always say hobbyist, because I've yet to get a professional role.
If a tree barks and grass whistles, what sound does a rock make? Smash?
It screams, ow, ow, Biddle, stop punching me, ow, oh god.
I will be right back, like 90 seconds, 2 minutes at most.
Oh, everything good?
Yeah, it's just estradiol time.
Ah, spironolactone. Have fun.
Yeah, that.
Doritos or Pringles? Doritos. I can't fit my hands in the can.
Yes, the fuck you can.
No, I can't.
You have
Those
tiny
cans are-
hands.
I don't! Look at my hands, they're gigantic!
Fair.
No, Doritos. Plus, they got, like, Cool Ranch.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't pour the Pringles in your mouth? No, then I get all covered in crumbs. Ew, Lucky, I don't like you. You and I are gonna have problems.
Wait, who said dump it into your fucking mouth? What kind of childish shit are we on right now? What? What? The fuck?
The cans are so small. There's no reason. I know what they want you to do. They want you to pour out the chips. Nobody does that.
No,
Everybody
why would I do
crams
that?
their hand in.
I have a fucking tube. I have
Right.
a tube here. Why the fuck would I? No, that's stupid.
No, it's dumb. Ranches, Gwen, we're gonna have a problem. Are we gonna have to go to marital counseling? Because you don't like your ranch? You use scissors to get a chip out.
Oh fuck! No, no. Why? Why? First off, let's go cut the damn chip. And if you're talking about cutting the can, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's a perfectly cylinder can. Why would you ruin that?
At that point, you're better off just pouring them out. Your hand doesn't fit. Yeah, of course. I love the Pringles commercials because like if you look at like early Pringles commercials, they full on showed people like pouring the chips into a bowl. Nowadays, no, they fully acknowledge nobody does that. Everybody crams their fist into the tube and grabs some chips. Nobody pours them out.
Fucking ridiculous to think about.
I'm back. I gotta talk to my doctor about switching to progesterone.
What do you mean switching?
I'm still on spironolactone.
Yeah, you don't stop that.
You don't?
Women, I don't have that many trans male friends. But there's the whole thing of like, oh yeah, I stopped taking Spyro because
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, Lynn.
that's the very simple way to say it. Find out cis men don't think about being a girl frequently? Yeah, that's a common one I've heard too.
Yeah. But it mostly boils down to, it mostly boils down to this main sentence. I want to feel comfortable being myself. Like, before I started transitioning, I would have days where I just didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror, and I didn't know why. Because, like, I just don't like looking at myself. I don't like looking at myself. Now, I'm perfectly fine looking at myself being on hormones and doing all this voice training and all that, and I'm like, I'm happy being NB. I'm happy being NB.
Same way. I grew what I am lovingly coined like the trans girl beard, where it's just basically a full lumberjack thing. Because I know so many trans girls who are like, I feel gender dysphoria, but maybe I just need to lean into being way more masculine. And it's like, no, that makes it worse.
That is why I've gotten an epilator while I'm trying to find a place that does electrolysis with state aid. And oh my god, that thing fucking hurts.
Yeah. I've been doing electrolysis for the last 3 years. I thankfully, I'm basically done. I only have to go like once a month now.
I have a lot to talk to you about after stream.
Yeah, of course. Feel free to always send me messages.
I just want to chat with you guys more. You guys are cool friends.
Really? Bianca, we're cool.
Yeah.
And I
getting
just
up
wanted
there,
to say
guys.
thank you for agreeing to be here.
Of course, you're a fun person to talk to, and plus, I needed to get me talking more.
Hi, Pickle Deluxe. I like that name.
Oh, Pickle! How you doing, buds?
I've seen some amazing names on Twitch. Like if the first time
there's
chat.
so many good ones.
I think one of my favorites I've seen, Dipshitiot, Crap Bag, and Abandoned Bad Dragon Toy.
There was one like months ago that I still very kind of remember, which was just like twinks fighting or something, and I just lost my shit reading it.
I've gotten some amazing gift subs too, like Mike Wazowski's thigh cap.
Oh,
So, people are fucking hilarious with Twitch names.
Minty brings up, I didn't know electrolysis hurt that bad. Yes, it does.
Electrolysis.
You are getting hot needles poked into your flesh repeatedly.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, that is a way to permanently kill the follicle. But that's basically searing off small portions of your body so that you never grow the hair again.
Yes. Like I said, it is very painful. It is also a long process. Like I said, I've been doing electrolysis for 3 years.
Yeesh.
It is not fast, it is not easy, but it is worth it. I haven't had to shave for months.
Man, I gotta look into doing that. Oh, Unlucky has a, might be controversial question, but how do you guys feel about people who shove the fact that they are trans down everyone's throats? So, there's a big difference between being like, running up to someone and being like, hey, do this or I'm gonna be like, you need to adhere to this right off the bat, as opposed to someone like accidentally using the wrong pronouns and being like, oh, I use these pronouns.
That's apparently your chats and ads right now. Here's the thing. I feel like that's the kind of thing that a lot of newer trans people do, where they're finally able to say like, hey, I'm trans, I can finally say it, I can finally accept it, all that kind of stuff. Because as you transition and you get older and older, it's still a big part of who you are. it's just not that important to broadcast it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trans. I don't advertise it. Mostly because I don't. This might sound horrible to some people. I don't want to be seen as a trans creator. I just want to be seen as a creator. I don't want to be put into a different category than everybody else.
Exactly. Like when I started my transition, I was that type of person. I was like, I want people to understand this, and I want them to affirm me. But now it's just like, hey, I'm comfortable. Oh, you said he, him. Just want to let you know I prefer they, them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah. And yeah, it slowly tends to fade. It, like I said, it's still important to who you are. It's still who you are. It just becomes less prominent because you realize, like, what does being trans mean as a personality? There's not a lot. You know, there's the memes, you know, striped stockings, blahage, all that stuff.
I still don't have one of those.
Me neither. But yeah, I don't know, B, you got any input on this?
I don't like when someone's personality seems to just be that they're trans. I don't like when someone's personality is just they're them because they're this. You're not you because you're trans because you're you.
That is the most apt way to put it.
Like, there are going to be people who want to know if you're trans. Most people, some of them, also trans people, they don't need to know. Because that's not who you are.
Well, that's why we have the mental hive mind. That's how we communicate.
Exactly.
Right, you see, you walk around, you walk around, it's like, this thing's about you that's like, yeah, I can mentally transfer to this person now. Walk around with a fucking blahage, as Bittles puts it.
Welcome back from the ad break, everybody. Remember, the best way to avoid ads is an Amazon Prime subscription, which you can use for free every month on a channel if you're choosing like Bianca Lupara or Bittles Tune. Or if you want to support the channel directly, please consider getting a sub yourself, or maybe you can get gifted a sub. They have been changed to $6 a month, though.
Also, is it not pronounced blahage?
You've heard it's pronounced Blahai.
I've heard people say Blaja.
See, nobody knows.
IKEA shark. There. I've said it correctly.
There you go. There you go.
The trans shark. The Jeff plush.
Most trans people are scared of being assaulted or harassed. I'm sorry, that is a thing. I don't feel like advertising I'm trans. Online, I like the memes and I like the trans community, so while not shoving it down people's throats, I use trans tags and stuff. That's completely fair.
Exactly, Minty.
You know, some of the memes are funny. You know, October coming around, hide your pumpkins, the trans girls are out. Like, that kind of stuff.
The one thing I will say against using the trans tag on Twitch is depending on what game you're playing or if you're in an event or not.
Yeah.
Like, some friends of mine were doing like a trans raid train and like supporting each other. And as the train was progressing, they started getting view botted. Like, they went from 60s to thousands in seconds. To the point where, this was mostly just like a malicious view botting to like try and get them in trouble with Twitch. Or those people that kind of wait for a trans streamer to go into the Jackbox directory. If you recall that.
Yeah, that's why never do audience participation.
Unless you're doing it specifically on your server.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, but like, don't have people you don't trust in the chat of those things.
Yeah.
I'm part Swedish, so I know correct, and it's blahage. I don't know Swedish, but trust me. Thanks, sweetie. Thanks, Quenny. I don't know this is true, but I think it is, but I don't know. Thanks. That's all you said. That's not a chicken. That is a cat. But
Does anybody
I guess,
have any other questions for my lovely guests?
yes, always happy to answer. If you have questions for us, about us, or trans stuff, please feel free.
I think I have a
The
question.
rotisserie, that's not a chicken. English or Spanish? French.
I believe I have a question. And also, wingdings.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Here's a question for you both. How do you go about reaching
Okay.
out to people? How do you go about reaching out to people and being like, hey, not this has nothing to do with voice training, but this has more to do with like, as content creators. Because I've learned that calling it a collab makes it feel a little too businessy. Like, oh, it's time for our collab. Oh, it's time. Like, you hear phone games doing collabs with anime, or you hear corporate VTubers doing collabs with companies. Because that's business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when it comes to indie streamers, I think we should just call it hanging out, especially if it's someone that you view as a friend.
That's the thing, though. I know a lot of people who don't do it with friends. They do it with, to grow. It's two people kind of... That's a bad way to phrase it, but like two people using each other to expand their audiences.
That's kind of like the thing I want to avoid. Like, if my audience expands by hanging out with someone, okay. But I just want to hang out with people I vibe with.
Yeah, and that can be hard. I've talked about it a lot with Bianca. I've talked about it a bit with other people. I struggle to stream with people because I have a lot of lewd friends, and I don't like that stuff.
I'm shaking your hand in Ace.
Demi, hell yeah.
But yeah,
I'm shaking my own hand.
shaking my own hand.
Which hand are you shaking, B?
My left one with my right one.
But is the left one doing the shaking with the right one, or is the right one doing the shaking with the left one?
Which
The
came
left
first?
one's shaking up, the right one's shaking left and right.
Okay.
You're just stimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get behind. Some people are saying like hanging out, joint. At least it's not a joint venture. I like that one though.
Joint
Vibing
venture,
and
do the whole
trucking.
stream high.
No, nobody wants to see me high. It all comes down to comfort. It's a big reason I don't stream with any of the big people because a lot of times I don't like how they do stuff. Like, I see the big people. I'm a very social person. I greet and thank every single follower and sub I get. And I know the big people don't do that. I cannot stand that.
And then there are like the huge people that can't do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like a couple of streamers I watch, they're known as the Piss Boys now. Their little like group because of Chibidoki. Chibidoki, Nags, Axial Matt Ray. They have such huge audiences that they likely can't interact with everyone in the audience or everyone new that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Because of Chibidoki, they call themselves the Piss Boys now. Because she will usually play a little trill on her recorder and be like, "Little Piss Boy." Because, as we all know, Chibidoki the pink gremlin is a fucking gremlin. But yeah, I agree, Bittles. I'm someone that like tries to say hello to new followers, or say hello to new subscribers, or say hello to new people on the chat. Like, when raids come on in, I will pause what I'm doing and try to set like 5-10 minutes aside to interact with the raiders and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" I try to interact with my chat a lot.
Exactly. It's one of the scary things about getting bigger. I've had to deal with it too. when I first started out, I was lucky if I had maybe 3 people in the chat. Now I'm pulling like 30, 40. I miss messages, and I feel horrible about it, so I understand it.
I'm someone that would... I perfectly agree. Like, when I started out, I was pulling like 3, 4, maybe 6 at most, and now I'm like getting into the mid-20s and starting to get into the 30s. I'm like, I would love to make more people smile, and I'd love to interact with chat more, and if I miss your message, I am so sorry. I will scroll back and look for it.
Oh, absolutely. I've got a thing in chat that full on just says, I might not respond to everything, but I am reading everything.
But then you have people that come in and are like, hey, I said something, you should react to my message. I'm like, calm down. Calm down.
Right? I'm sorry I missed it. What was the question?
I forget what the question was, actually.
Okay.
Mr. Bob, someday I want to be a VTuber. May I ask how y'all felt doing y'all's first stream? Terrified.
Absolutely.
I thought something was going to go wrong.
Something does go wrong every time.
Absolutely.
But you kind of got to work through it.
I had been streaming with my wife for like a good year or so by that point, but it was a duo. It's much easier to stream as a duo. And then I decided to do my own solo stuff. My voice was cracking, I was shaking, I was so scared. Day 1 is the scariest day. But if you get through that, you're golden.
And if you can get through 2 years, you have outlived the average VTuber lifespan.
That is very sad.
It's like the statistic is most VTubers, corporate and indie, will go through a graduation within 2 years.
I hate calling it a graduation.
Yeah. I blame HoloLive.
Sounds so
for
immature.
that. I blame HoloLive for that.
Yeah, maybe it's just because I'm a toon. I ever decide I'm done, I'm quitting, I'm calling it a season finale. I'm not calling it graduating.
I think it's called graduating because it's like, yeah, they can continue being a VTuber. They're not retiring from being a VTuber. But that's a discussion for
But we have, yeah.
Sorry, you want to say something, Bianca? Please.
I get that, but also like we already have a word for that in the VTuber community. It's just rebranding. I don't know. The flatline, it's stupid. I don't think that it's like it's anything other than just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You're either quitting or you're rebranding.
Some people do both because they had a controversy.
Ooh, yeah. And that's one of the things I hope I never get into.
Keep your nose clean. That's all you got to do. Be a simple fucking person, an actual simple person, and you should be fine.
Paige, don't you know that's how you grow as an influencer? Cause drama, cause problems, make outlandish things that get eyes on you. Any attention is good attention.
I do have a dedicated hater on YouTube now.
You've made the big leagues. Congratulations.
I have a dedicated hater who is going through all of my VODs and putting a dislike on all of my VODs. No comments, just dislike, 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 dislike. And I'm sitting here like, I'm happy I live in your head rent-free. I'm happy I live in your head.
Make thumbnails and videos claiming that you're dating another content creator who's quitting because of shit like that. Oh my god, it'd be so, like, you'd make it so big.
Wow, Bianca, you're so animated when you said that. I wonder who you could be talking about. They sound kind of jaded.
I don't know. That's wild. It's crazy.
Okay, we have been live for almost 2 hours now, which is normally the limit I put on these episodes.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry to get, like, derailed for the last
No, you are
hour.
perfectly fine. I am perfectly fine. Like, when we get to the, like, open forum version, it's perfectly fine to derail because sometimes people just want to talk and, like, and shoot the shit, and sometimes people are like, hey, Can we talk about this? I have a question on this on topic.
Mm-hmm. I get that, absolutely. Oh, this has been so much fun. And B, I'm proud of you for coming out of your shell.
Wait, she has a shell?
I appreciate.
I mean,
those
she's
first.
mostly plastic.
I mean, aren't we all?
She's more.
you,
A lot of
microplastics.
silicone.
My little sister loves this joke.
Oh, I do. It puts me in a wig snatching mood.
But yeah, I'm happy we got to hang out today. I'd love to hang out again sometime.
Oh, of course, it's been super fun. Here's the thing.
Everyone
I don't want to collab. I'd love to actually just play stuff with you off stream sometime.
Exactly. Like that's what being friends is about. It's like, hey, let's do something on stream. Yeah, but let's just hang out. Like, doesn't always have to be on stream.
I want to say this very quickly because this shit pisses me off. If you're the kind of person that's like, hey, we should record this for everything, nobody's going to want to hang out with you. If you're the kind of person that says everything can be content, I don't want to be part of this.
That's why usually when I'm reaching out to people, I'm like, hey, would you like to just hang out?
Yeah.
Preferably off stream, just to vibe and just literally just vibe.
Yeah, you don't have to be a performer. You don't have to worry about being entertaining. You can just be yourself. You don't have to be worried about being the gangster tune or the
I'd rather be
the
content
whoop
than
dog.
making content.
But then you get an hour into the hangout, and then you discover someone's been streaming the entire time.
Oh, like, if someone does not let you know that they are streaming or recording this, that is a breach of privacy, in my opinion.
Absolutely agreed. Especially if you find out because they're talking to chat.
I'm leaving. I'm never coming back.
Is that the voice of experience I hear?
Not us, but a friend of ours.
Yes, agreed.
They got invited to a collab. They weren't told it was a collab. They thought it was just a hangout. And then like partway through, the person who was streaming it was talking to chat, and the person was like, "Who are you talking to?" "Oh, chat." "We're live?" "Yeah."
Like the whole situation was like the streamer and the person are like newly friends. They don't know each other that well. They have like a middle friend, and the middle friend invited them to the stream without telling them it was a stream, and then they all got on and they started playing the game, and then like half hour into the fucking like gaming session, they start finding out like, we're just on the stream, because they're like, that's a bit weird, you're just kind of talking, I think you're talking to us, but like then like it clicks in like, we're just live on stream right now, and I didn't know, and I've just been like doing the equivalent of like boy moding in a call.
Trans friend of ours, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, why was she not alerted of what's going on?
That's just
and it's like the
breach of privacy.
The person who was streaming was under the understanding that they were aware that they're joining a stream.
Just because everything can be content does not mean everything should be content.
Exactly.
Well, this was explicitly planned to be like a stream. She was planning a stream.
For simplicity's sake, 1 was streaming, 2 is the middle friend, 3 is the person who was invited, 2 didn't tell 3 that it was a stream.
And 1 was under the understanding that 3 knew it was a stream. Because the plan was to stream.
So yeah, miscommunication can cause trust issues.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit.
That's usually why after I'm like talking with someone or like in a call with someone after streaming, I'm like if we did do a stream together, I'm like, hey, did I say or do anything that might have like made you uncomfortable that you weren't fine with calling me out on camera? please let me know, because I'm always trying to be a little better every day. Like, did I talk
I wish
over-
more people are like you.
This is because I've learned from past mistakes. I have made my own mistakes in the past, and I'm trying to correct them. Literally trying to be a better version of myself a little bit every day.
You're doing a great job, Paige.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are at just under the 2-hour mark. You want to start ending this up?
Yeah, after this, Pamphlet wants to play some Zumbinis. And maybe some Elden Ring. So I will be continuing the stream. And I just want to say to you guys, thank you for being here today. And remember, if you like the content so far, if you like my guests, be sure to follow them if you aren't already. If you like my content and if you like today's topic, consider hitting the follow button. It plays a funny sound effect. Or maybe consider dragging your friends into the library kicking and screaming.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Nia. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm still trying to figure out how to upload my own sound alert for that, because right now I just have Tommy Piso doing, oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, it's super easy. I can show you.
Because I want to change it to me saying, oh, hi, Bookmark.
That's good. That's real good. You learn so much. Y'all will learn a lot of big kid words. You learn a bunch of swears. Like poop. But yeah, you're kicking us off so you can play Elden Ring, huh?
No! I'm not kicking it off. But if you want to stay and chat while Pamphlet plays Zubinis, I don't know if you've met Pamphlet yet, have you?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, I do have to start, prepping for work.
Yeah, that's a mood. I've been trying to find another part-time job on the side, but so many places just will not get back to me, or it's just like, hey, we're offering $8.25 an hour.
Wow,
So-
that's not livable.
Thanks. Thanks. $8.25 an hour, huh?
Cool. Are you okay if I park my tent behind the store?
We need to treat employees better. God damn it.
But no, the CEO needs a bigger salary.
Unrelated, but because I learned this today, I felt the need to share this. Did you know that 10 plus 10 equals 11? That's because 10 plus 10 is 20 and 11 plus 11 is 22. Exactly, Ikari. I love that joke.
Bye.
No, that was wonderful, Akari. Hope you all enjoy Elden Ring or Zubies.
Thank you so much for being here today. Let me give you a shout out again, both of you.
Aw, thank you.
Today I had with me, no, not Bianca Lupara, Bianca Lupara.
It's okay, a lot of people misspell it.
I mean, there was a time where I saw the name of Bianca.
I call her
Yeah.
Binky.
You need to stop.
Okay, princess.
Thanks, sis. Such a wonderful little sister.
Oh, okay. I'm older!
YouTube, thank you for being here for this episode. We will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye, everybody. We were on YouTube?
What?
No, this was just me just doing it. I always like to do a little sign-off.
Okay.
Sorry, that
Miscommunication on my part.
It's like, oh, we were dual streaming? I would have had the YouTube chat open too.